Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're tackling a topic that might seem a little intimidating at first, but trust me, by the end of this video you'll be able to solve these problems like a pro. We're going to break down 10 different fraction problems step by step so you can really understand the how and the why. No more memorizing formulas, we're going to build that intuition together. Let's get started. Our first problem is 1/2 plus 1/3. Now remember, we can't just add the numerators directly because the denominators, the bottom numbers, are different. It's like trying to add apples and oranges. We need a common unit. So we find the least common denominator, which is 6. We convert 1/2 to 3/6 and 1/3 to 2/6. Now that we have a common denominator, we can add the numerators. 3 plus 2 equals 5. So 1/2 plus 1/3 equals 5/6. Let's tackle 3/4 minus 1/8. Just like in addition, we need a common denominator. The least common denominator for 4 and 8 is 8. We convert 3/4 to 6/8. Now we can subtract the numerators. 6 minus 1 equals 5. Our answer is 5/8. Multiplying fractions is actually a bit easier than adding or subtracting. Let's take 5/6 times 2/3. We multiply straight across, numerators together and denominators together. 5 times 2 is 10, and 6 times 3 is 18. So, we have 10/18. We always want to simplify our answers if we can, and in this case we can simplify to 5/9. Chapter 4. Dividing fractions. Now, let's divide 7/8 by 1/4. When we divide fractions, we flip the second fraction and multiply. So 7/8 divided by 1/4 becomes 7/8 times 4 over 1. Multiplying across, we get 28 over 8. Simplifying, we get 7 over 2. Chapter 5. Converting fractions to decimals. Let's convert the fraction 3/5 into a decimal. To do this, we simply divide the numerator 3 by the denominator 5. 3 divided by 5 equals 0.6. Pretty straightforward, right? Chapter 6. Converting decimals to fractions. Now let's go the other way and convert the decimal 0.75 to a fraction. 0.75 is 75 hundredths, so we can write it as 75 over 100. We can simplify this fraction by dividing both the numerator and denominator by their greatest common factor, 25. This gives us the simplified fraction 3/4. Chapter 7. Simplifying fractions. Simplifying fractions makes them easier to understand and work with. Let's simplify 9 over 12. To do this, we find the greatest common divisor of 9 and 12, which is 3. Then, we divide both the numerator and the denominator by 3. This gives us the simplified fraction 3/4. Chapter 8. Finding the common denominator. Finding a common denominator is essential for adding and subtracting fractions. Let's find the common denominator of 1/4 and 1/6. The least common multiple of 4 and 6 is 12. We convert 1/4 to 3/12 and 1/6 to 2/12. Chapter 9. Comparing fractions. Let's compare the fractions 2/3 and 3/5. To compare fractions, we need a common denominator. The least common denominator for 3 and 5 is 15. We convert 2/3 to 10/15 and 3/5 to 9/15. Since 10/15 is greater than 9/15, we know that 2/3 is greater than 3/5. Chapter 10. Putting it all together. Our final problem combines addition and subtraction. 1/2 plus 1/4 minus 1/8. First, we find our common denominator, which is 8. We convert our fractions. 1/2 becomes 4/8 and 1/4 becomes 2/8. Now our problem is 4/8 plus 2/8 minus 1/8. Outrow, you did it! Now keep practicing. And there you have it. We've walked through 10 different fraction problems together. Remember, the key to mastering fractions is practice. The more you work with them, the more comfortable you'll become. So keep practicing and soon you'll be a fraction whiz. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this video helpful, and subscribe to my channel for more math tips and tricks.